I hit record real fast because I had this sneeze coming, and I'm like, well, why sneeze into your shirt when you can do it on camera? Okay, now I got the blinkies and all this sorts of stuff. Great. Anyway, yes, dark snout loop, dark snout. Yes, it's BackBit Impawsible time, and I got a sniffle. Oh, that's why you don't sneeze on camera. Anyway, it is 4:40 in the morning, despite what the background looks like. A big shout out to anybody who might be listening in the hallway. But in this episode of BackBit Impawsible, I am using 128 characters to describe each of my video frames because I thought that this actually might help me hit my 24 frames per second target, and it very well might. And in fact, I do come up with a way to use the other half of the character set, come up with 128 permanent characters that every frame has access to. And I do describe that method here, at least, the kind that I was brainstorming with at the time. And there's other ways to go about the problem. I kind of like this. There's more side quests in my head at the moment that I never follow through with because the project is done, right? I'm just doing these videos last. I don't know. It's that. I guess that's why it's a coding adventure, because it's hey, let's watch this moron chase his tail for half a year, and that's all I'm doing because I love coming up with ideas and seeing where they take me, and sometimes they're kind of cool. So whatever. Here's another one for you. It's not that long too, so let's watch.
Well, here it is, sorta. It's playing the 4 frames that it made backwards in every shot, and I fudged some colors because it's tough to get the colors right. But just as let me pause it here by hitting stop. As you can see, they're not very defined. I'm not too fond of this. I mean, I can probably continue. Can I do that? Yeah, I can. But yeah, it's kind of a schmozzle, and it was not even halfway through the video by the time I came home. This is pretty pokey. I'm going to try the other way, 128 characters, maybe less, but if I start this up tonight, that's more of a stopgap, because what I really want to do now is, before I come up with the frames with the 128 characters only, the other 128 characters, I need to come up with something that's sort of good for the whole video. And I have a way to do that. Maybe I'm going to break in and interrupt myself again and explain exactly how I plan to do this, but kind of like branching paths. I see, well, hopefully I'm explaining this very well right now. I'm going to shut up because it's in my head, and to explain it would waste your time. Okay, so how does this branching paths thing supposed to work? Well, what I thought of is make 8 arrays, 256 values each, and you go through the entire video looking at every single character and throwing every possible value into an array like this. And from there, you can see that line, like the 150 value, fourth line down, is the most popular. So what you do is you lock that one in, and then you go through the entire file one more time, and you only choose a value. Like if a character has 150 in that location, that's the only way that you can move on to pick a second value, and only those get split up into the new arrays. And from there, you find the most common second value in your new character, right? And you go deeper and deeper like this until you basically reach a dead end, and there it is. That is one of your characters, and you back up. It's kind of like a Huffman tree, I guess. I'm not really understanding how those work, but you can imagine you back up until you can take a different branch, a different choice, and then you go forward again and come up with the next most popular character that's good for every possible cell in the video. And you back up again, and you do it again and again and again. And how far you back up depends on, how strong these branches are. I mean, I didn't go too deep into the logic, but I was quite satisfied just sitting there thinking about it, because I had a lot of idle time at work. But yeah, I never did make use of this, but now it's here. It's documented for eternity in case, I want to get back to it. Who knows? Anyways, let's move on. All right, I am back. This is redoing my frames again, only 128 characters per frame. I've optimized a few things in it because, now that we're down to 128, it's a little bit less work for it to do. And it pumps through each of these frames in about 20 seconds, so that's pretty good. Obviously, the image quality is a little worse. I never even tried getting the pixel difference value. I probably should do that before I go too far, just for, my favorite frame in 5803. But this is just more of another hack, because what I want to do is redo this again, but have the 128 characters that I'm not using, have them predefined to something very tantalizing for the image to use, every image. So I got to find a way to come up with, some characters that'll satisfy many images somewhat, and that'll relieve some of the burden that, this thing is experiencing right now, where, it's all meant to improve the pixel difference in the end. And the 128 characters that I stuff into the character set permanently can do nothing but help, because they're free, right? Might as well use them. But anyways, yeah, let's just let this go at it. It's been nearly a day. This is the 128 character version. I don't think I'm going to keep it, but since I have really nothing to do with this computer right now, I'm going to let it continue making it. Well, I decided to save this. It's now being saved, the 1K character set and the 1K new video matrix. That's it. The color I'm will have to use the old one. I'm saving that to the 19th and 20th kilobyte sections of my 32K buffer on the BBT for each frame, in case I choose to use it. Of course, because I'm not loading in the original colors or anything fancy, this is just a mess. So you're just seeing sort of placeholder junk colors, but it should play back the whole frame. I have to do it, of course, with the this old boy disabled, but yeah. So in 8,730 frames later, I will have the ability to play this, well, at choppy quality, but without rolled out code, I'm sure, if I rate the player. But I'm probably not going to do this, but it's not going to hurt to save it, well, now that I got it. Well, I hack something just so it can play these 128 byte character sets. As expected. I mean, the quality is junk, right? But cool, it plays it. I mean, I'm cheating again because, whatever. But not bad, not bad. It's funny because the sprites persisted through a power cycle. I didn't load them. They just started to fade from last time. Still, that's pretty cool. Well, whatever. As you can tell from the quality here, like junk, right? There's no way I'm going to let this go. But while this was finishing up tonight, I was working on code and ideas for the, what's it called? The rolled out code version. I don't even know if this technique's going to work, but if it does, I'm probably going to do it. It's not as fast as inhumanly possible, but I made a bit of a concession so it doesn't depend on me executing code at the exact moment I need to, which was a pain in the butt when I tried it. Part 14, Wolves on the BackBit. I tried that once before. It ended up giving up. So I'm trying to make things easier for myself. It does cost a little more CPU time. We'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll start at it tomorrow. Maybe. Whatever. It's pretty cool. And if I ever do decide to push this to the absolute limit, I've also thought of an idea which would allow me to go back and create brand new bitmaps for all of these. So the images will be as awesome as I can possibly make them. And it's after 1:30 in the morning, so I'm going to bed. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Neat. I mean, obviously you know what's going on because you've seen this clip before, but it's just cool, even though it's all chunky and junk, you know. And even this guy, he showed up. He looked pretty good too, but at, you know, one frame at a time, you can tell he's jig-jaggy because, you know, he's missing half of his characters. Whatever. No good, no good. Okay. Bedtime. I didn't go to bed yet. It's almost 2 o'clock though. Anyway, different hack. Well, actually, this is a hack of what you just saw. And this is the 128 characters. We're playing Super CPUs on slow speed though. So it's not terrible, but I mean, as you can see, the eyes just all jumpy. He's going to look a little better because he's bigger, but now he won't. Yeah, I mean, you've seen all this. I'm sorry. It's just cool. I can see it with less flickering with this little deal. And yeah, it's no good. It's no good. Okay, I'm going to make you stop watching it. Okay, Joe.
Well, I guess nobody heard me record the intro, and Mr. Stomp in the Halls there, well, he just walked on by, and now I hit record. So, yes. What you just saw is probably one of the last side quests I do on this project, because looking forward at the episodes to come, most of them, in some way or other, push the project forward. Like, it does get stuck in the mud a couple times, and, you know, there's still once or twice where I stop to, you know, sniff the roses and then pee on them. But for the most part, it's progress from here on out. So with the next episode, the rolled out code idea, we start a new chapter. Things take a different direction. Let's see where that direction, you know, goes. It goes forward. Yeah. Anyway, see you there, eh?